Just take your time. Good, it's working. Just take your time, find a block to sit on, or maybe you're a super yogi and you can just sit in half a lotus or full lotus, that's also good. And then close the eyes. It's kind of a weird situation with the temperature. It's either too hot or too cold, but we also try to keep the place kind of aired up. So let's just see how we get on. Maybe that's a hint. Instead of complaining online, just tell me during class, what do you need? All right, so finding your seat, relaxing the shoulders, finding the back of the sitting bones, allowing the sounds around you to melt away, allowing your teacher to just find a moment. Good to see you all. I always kind of think, is it a sign of laziness, showing up, rocking in at 12 o'clock for a class? Or is it just like this beautiful sense of discipline, you know, cutting your weekend and saying, I'm here for practice? Marjolijn is here for me. I just come here to, like, you know, to get my ego kind of like pumped up even more than it already is. It's working. It's fantastic. I love it. This is Marjolijn, if anyone wants to become friends with her. Also Saskia, of course. Saskia is also one of my supporters. I was just saying, I was teaching a class earlier, and everybody had the angriest faces ever. It was just like giving yoga to a bunch of angry people. Apparently they had a great time at the end of it. So it's also interesting, you know, it's kind of like the stories, even when as you give a class, the stories that you tell yourself. It's ridiculous. The journey never ends, especially if you think that it has ended. All right, let's get on with it. I think it would be a good time to start with 3 times Om. Let's bring the hands to the heart. We're going to exhale everything out. Let's take a deep breath. Inhale, fill up a little bit more. Bowing your head down and dedicating your practice to something or someone other than yourself. And then when you're done with the dedication, bring the hands back to the knees and keep the eyes closed. So we are still talking about the Yoga Sutras. I mean, we can really just talk about them all year long. There are about 200 of them. And I would like to go to tap into kind of a basic one, but it's really close to my heart. It goes like this. When disturbed by negative thoughts, opposite thoughts should be thought of. Sounds super straightforward, right? Unless you're Israeli or Mediterranean or Italian. Zoe is already like, yeah, I know that. All right. So, you know, in this sutra, Patanjali gives us a very nice clue on how to control the mind and obstruct those thoughts we don't want. And the best way, he says, is to invite opposite thoughts. So if a thought of hatred is in the mind, we should try and bring in a thought of love. And if we can do it, we can at least think about the person we love. And often you will notice that bringing to mind someone you love or care for kind of evaporates the hatreds or the anger. And if thoughts of jealousy or envy shows up, and turning them into happiness towards your source of envy is too challenging, maybe you can use this feeling as a guiding torch. You know, what are you jealous of? Is this a hint of where you'd like to find yourself, physically, emotionally, periodically? How can you get there? So you can really twist that, change it somewhere else. So we can create a positive atmosphere in the mind by looking at a holy picture, or perhaps an image of a loved one, or an image of a special moment we had. We can create a positive atmosphere by reading an inspiring book, or by meeting a person we like to hang out with, or simply by leaving the disturbing environment we're in. And of course that's not always possible, right? Because sometimes the disturbing environment can be your workplace or even your own home. Very often it's your boss or your partner, you know. There is no like in between. So how do we find this space between emotion and reaction, even if the reaction is only a negative thought? Well, it's truly all about practice. I mean, think about how many hours you spend on practicing your asana. How many hours you practice cooking? How many hours you spend on your hair, your facials? How many times do you have to wash your body in order to keep it clean? Every day, right? Sometimes twice a day even. So imagine investing all this time and effort into controlling and directing your thoughts. Imagine taking an extra breath before you're getting into the whirlpool of your drama. To take a moment to ask yourself, what will happen if I will allow these thought patterns to continue? Where would it lead me? They say that when you lose interest in problems, problems lose interest in you. And the same goes for negative thoughts. The same goes for judgment, jealousy, or envy. When you stop adding fuel to the fire goes off. Maybe not today, maybe not all at once, but eventually it will. So it's really an interesting challenge, right? Because we all have habits, we all have continuous stories that we tell ourselves, we all have our little triggers. You know, they're usually the same. What happens if you take a moment and breathe? I haven't found out yet. Still working on it. We're going to open with a chant. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. You know, evoking a sense of devotion. If you haven't figured out what Ram is yet, let's exhale everything out. Deep breath in. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Jai Jai Ram, Sita exhale. Taking a deep breath, inhale, fill up. Keeping the eyes closed. If you want a little challenge, a moment before you're going to start your practice, maybe try and recognize what are the thought patterns that appear during your practice. I'm really good at this. This really sucks. Heart openers is not my favorite sequence. The room is too hot, the room is too cold. There's always a story, right? What happens if you begin to flip all these ideas that keep on coming time and time again? Gently we're going to open the eyes. Removing the prop you're sitting on. If you're sitting on one, give the legs a little shake. And we're going to get on with it right away. So let's cross the shins, making your way to hands and knees. Placing your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. We're going to start with cat and cow. So you want to move your feet away, make them super long, and make sure you can no longer see them through the thighs. Bring the index fingers forward. Take a deep breath. Inhale, open the heart and the chest, don't frown. Exhale, you're going to arch the back. Inhale, open the heart and the chest. Exhale, you're going to arch. Few more times. Inhale, open up, shooting your sitting bones to opposite sides. Exhale, you're going to arch. Last time. Inhale, open up. Exhale, find a neutral back. Now, on your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air, flex the foot knees 90 degrees. Exhale, you're going to crunch. Inhale, lengthen, open up a little higher. Exhale, you're going to crunch. Make sure you're not leaning to one side or another. Inhale, last time, open up. Exhale, bring the knee towards the forehead. Touch if you can, and then place that knee down. Other side. Inhale, left foot goes up. Flex the foot knee 90 degrees. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, open up. Exhale, you're going to crunch. Feel that movement in the lower back. Inhale, a little higher. Exhale, bring your knee towards your forehead and then place it down. Maybe a little wiggle in the wrists or the knees. Make sure you still got the right alignment here, and then curl your 10 toes under, making your way to downward facing dog. And really just take a moment to feel. So we're going to have plenty of time to jump up and down. So just take a moment to welcome yourself to your practice, rather than, having that sense of ambition already. On your next inhalation, begin walking the hands towards the feet, baby steps. When you reach to the feet, bend the knees deeply, lay the chest on the thighs, relax the head, the neck, the arms, shaking the head, yes, no, maybe so. Make sure that the feet are in hip width and your toes are completely relaxed, and then interlace the hands behind the back. And you can keep your knees bent completely if you'd like. Maybe you want to begin to straighten the legs, but if you do so very slowly. So we're not looking for a forward bend, we're looking for a sense of spaciousness in the shoulders. If you have straightened your legs, make sure that the toes are still relaxed. You see some white toes around. Make sure that the head is heavy, the neck is heavy. Very gently letting go of the arms, bend the knees again, shake the head, yes, no, maybe so. Maybe you want to swing the arms from side to side. And then whenever you're ready, very gently begin to rise up, one vertebra at a time. What is going to come at last? And here we are. Let's step to the front of the mat, bring the hands to the heart, preparing for Surya Namaskara A. So bring the big toes to touch. If it feels a little bit wobbly this morning, you can always bring your feet in hip width, hands to the heart in prayer, maybe bringing your dedication into mind. And let's get going. Exhaling everything out. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale it out. On your next inhalation, gently open the eyes. We're going to bend the knees, hook the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, fall over the legs. Bend the knees if you need to begin with. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, shooting right foot back, left foot follows, downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in. Taking a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale for 2. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Inhale. Exhale for 4. Let's take one more breath in. Exhaling everything out for 5. On your next inhalation, come forward to a plank. Exhale, bring yourself all the way down to the mat. Inhale, point the toes, Bhujangasana, elbows in, open heart and chest. And then curl the toes under, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Left foot is going to follow, we're going to fall over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, with the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, back to Namaste. Again, inhale, bend the knees, with the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, fall over the legs. Inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale, shooting left foot back, right foot follows, downward facing dog. Remember that you can always, and actually should, completely ignore the counting of the teacher as long as you synchronize your own movements and your own breath. So make sure that the feet are in hip width. Make sure that you're really spreading your fingers wide, you're relaxing your shoulders. And also make sure that you have the right distance between the feet and the hands. So let's just experiment for a moment. On your next inhalation, come forward to a plank. See if you have to shuffle. If you have to shuffle the feet a lot, it means that your downward facing dog is too small. Come back to downward facing dog without changing the location of the feet and the hands, yes. Then spread the feet apart a little bit, make sure they're in hip width. Much better. On your next inhalation, come forward to a plank. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Inhale, point the toes, Bhujangasana, maybe a little higher, elbows are still in. And then curl the toes under, back to downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in, taking a deep breath out. On your next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Right foot is going to follow, we're going to fall over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees with the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, back to Namaste. Third round, inhale, bend the knees with the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, fall over the legs. Inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale, stepping back, downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale again, spread the fingers wide. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. Let's do one more breath in. Feet are still in hip width. Exhale it out. On your next inhalation, come forward to your plank. Exhale, Ida Chaturanga Dandasana all the way down to the mat. Inhale, open the heart and the chest if you came for a vinyasa. Curling the toes under, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhalation, lift the heels high, bend the knees deeply, jump forward in between the hands, falling over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees with the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, back to Namaste. Again. Inhale, bend the knees with the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, fall over the legs. Inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale, shooting left foot back. Right knee 90 degrees, feet in hip width. Reaching up, Anjaneyasana. You want to lengthen that back leg completely. You want to bring the trunk of the body a little bit further back. And then really sit into that front knee. It's 90 degrees, nothing more, nothing less. Relax the toes of the front foot. Yeah. Relaxing the face, the gaze. Take one more inhale, reach up. Exhale, both arms down to the mat. Downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. Let's do one more breath in. Exhale it out. On your next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Left knee 90 degrees, feet in hip width. On your next inhalation, rising up, Anjaneyasana. Inhale from the fingertips. Exhale, roll the shoulder backwards, straighten that back leg. Relax those toes. Keep on breathing. Find a sense of softness, although you kind of really have to stand upright. Take one more inhale a little higher. Exhale, both arms down to the mat. Downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in. Taking a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. Open the arms. Fine. Give space to the head and neck. We're going to do one more breath in. Exhale it out. On your next inhalation, lift the heels high. Bend the knees deeply. Jump forward in between the hands. Falling over the legs. Inhale. Bend the knees with the thumbs. Rise up. Exhale. Back to Namaste. Another round of the same thing. Inhale, bend the knees with the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, fall over the legs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot back. Right knee 90 degrees. Feet in hip width, rising up. It gets so sweet and so fluid if you just do it with your own breath. Sit a little bit more deeply than you think you can to find that 90 degrees. Most of us always go for 86 to 87 degrees instead of the full 90. Maybe you want to bring your upper arms a little behind the ears if you can. One more inhale. Exhale, both arms down to the mat. Downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. Let's do one more breath in. Exhale it out. On your next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Left knee 90 degrees. Find that space, hip width, reaching up and settle in. Lengthen the belly, soften the gaze, soften the toes. Maybe bring the upper arms behind your ears if you've done so on the other side. Really do the best you can to keep on lengthening that right leg. Let's do one more inhale, reach up. Exhale, both arms down to the mat. Downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. One last breath in. Exhale it out. On your next inhalation, come forward to a plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana all the way down to the mat. Inhale, open the heart and the chest if you came through a vinyasa. Curling the toes under, Adho Mukha Svanasana. One breath in, one breath out. Listen carefully. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg as high as you can without opening the hip. Bring the right hip down, yes. Flex that foot. You want to push the wall behind you away. Take one more inhale, lift the leg even higher. Exhale, bend the right knee, bring the right foot towards the left side of the body and open towards the right. So you're looking underneath your right armpit. Yeah. Beautiful sense of openness. Make sure that you're dividing the weight of the body equally between the two hands. Take one more inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, you're going to whoop that right leg all the way in between the hands, preparing for a twist. Left hand stays where it is. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist towards the right. Right arm goes up. Back leg is always super straight. And then check in with the with the right hip and the right knee. Make sure that they're in line. And then relax your toes, because you're really flowing sweetly through your practice. Let's do one more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, right arm comes down, back to downward facing dog. We take one breath in and one breath out. On your next inhalation, lift your left leg as high as you can without opening the left hip. Bring that left hip down. Bring it down. Flex that left foot. Take one more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, bend the left knee. Bring the left foot towards the right side of the body. And you really find a sense of rotation in the chest. You should be able to look underneath your left armpit. Maybe admiring the scent of your deodorant. Maybe just looking at your manly curl down there. Who knows? There is a lot to explore. Take one more inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, you're going to bring the left foot. I just say out loud what everybody thinks, right? This is why... Zoe, anything to contribute? Where are we? We are with left hand on the sacrum. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, you're going to reach up with the left arm. And then you already know it, right? The left hip is in line with the left knee. You want to relax your toes. You want to straighten that back leg. Keep on bringing the crown forward, and notice how this allows you to rotate even more. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, let's bring it all down, back to downward facing dog. We're going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Only if you'd like, on your next inhalation, come forward to a plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, roll over the toes, open heart and chest. Curling the toes under, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Now on your next inhalation, lift the heels high, bend the knees deeply, jump forward in between the hands, falling over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, hook the thumbs, rise up, maybe a little arch in the back. Coming back to downward facing dog. And it's all over and behind us already. Let's open towards the puja wall. Pasarita Padottanasana. Find a really wide meter in between your feet. And then rotate the big toes inwards. So really exaggerate that movement to make sure that you're getting it right. Placing the hands on the hips, take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, come to a flat back first. Inhale, bring the crown forward, stick your butt in. Exhale, place the hands down. Now immediately have a look at the feet. Make sure that the big toes are still inwards. And then if you'd like to bring the hands further back to have them in line with your toes, be my guest. If you have the crown of the head touching down on the mat, you want to bring the elbows in to have them in shoulder width. So this is a nice preparation to come to a tripod headstand one day. If the head is not reaching down, give it a shake, relax the head and neck. On your next inhalation, walk the hands outwards to have them underneath your shoulders. Exhale, stay there. On your next inhalation, placing hands on the hips, come to a flat back first, and then rise all the way up. Pasarita Padottanasana C, bring the big toes in again. Inhale, straighten and stretch. Just made a new word. All right, stretch your arms to shoulder height. Exhale, you're going to interlace hands behind the back. Saskia, that was a little bit funny. You haven't reacted. She's usually my supporter. Inhale, open the heart and the chest. Exhale, flat back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, dive down. Okay, I'm just going to shut my mouth and give instructions and let you do your thing. What you want to think about is coming forward. So I see some bums that kind of leaning back. It's not what you want to do, so keep on bringing yourself to the wall you're facing, or not facing actually. This way you really protect your glutes and the attachments of your hamstrings. All right. Very gently let go of the hands. Place them back on the earth. Give the head a little shake. On your next inhalation, hands on the hips. Come to a flat back first, and then rise all the way up. And you can jump your feet in. You can step them in. Give everything a little shake. Let's do one more variation. Coming to tree. Bring your attention to your left foot. Bring your right knee up. Engage your belly. 6-pack, 4-pack, 1-pack, whatever you want to call it. Make sure it's engaged. Then bring your foot to the butt first, and then place it as high as you can on your thigh, hands to the heart. If you're ready, you can shoot your prayer up to the sky, but then make sure that you're not going to bring the shoulders. The shoulders are always going to go up, so you have to be really conscious of it. Keep on bringing them down. Also, some of us have the tendency to let the knee roll inwards, so open that knee. It's not just a balance, it's actually also a hip opener. 2 for the price of 1. Okay, one more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're moving to dancing Shiva. Inhale, open your elbows to the side. Exhale, bring the right knee forward. Super slow, grab hold of that right foot and then begin to come forward. So notice how the more you're going to lift the right knee, the more you're going to be able to open up and find that beautiful arch in the lower back. Relax the toes of the standing foot. Make sure that the heart is higher than your hips, right? Heart opener. Yes. One more inhale, make yourself longer. Exhale, gently bring it all down. Give everything a little shake. And let's do the other side. Left foot goes in. Place the foot as high as you can on the thigh, hands to the heart. Take your time. Find your drishti, your gaze. Engage your belly. Notice what the knee is doing here, so make sure that you're going to keep on opening up and keep on bringing those shoulders down. Relaxing the toes of your standing foot. Notice how you really don't have to engage those toes in order to stand upright. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, open up. Exhale, front knee forward. Super slow, bend both knees, it helps. And then you're going to reach up. Whoop. Maybe you're going to fall out, no one really cares. If you're in there, think about your heart and your chest and how you want to square and open it. Take one more inhale, go a little higher. Exhale, super slow. Bring it down. That was lekker. Let's bring the hands to the heart. Temperature, anyone? Anyone has any input? Everybody's happy? Okay. A little bit hot. That is the beduling. Don't come. So actually, no comments allowed. I know, dictatorship. Democracy never works. Look at Italy. No. Let's exhale everything out. I'm going to put the fans on. Exhale it out. On your next inhalation, circle the arms, rise high. Exhale, fall over the legs. Inhale, look up, flat back, long belly. Exhale, jumping back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Curling the toes under, Adha Mukha Svanasana. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. Let's do one more breath in. Exhaling everything out. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air, bringing it between the hands. Left heel is going to come down to the mat, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, settle in. Please move to improve if you think, hey, I didn't really get it the first round. So the back heel is pressing down fully. That front knee is in 90 degrees. You're relaxing your toes. You're reaching up from the fingertips without bringing the shoulders up. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Just like a lazy but yet active cat. It's kind of nice to just stretch about, right? Make sure that you can see the big toe for that front knee. Relax the shoulders. Bring the belly in. Find that 90 degrees. Sit a little bit more deeply, especially if I'm looking at you. On your next inhalation, bring both arms down to the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, or downward facing dog. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Let's take one more breath in. Exhale it out. On your next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air. Bring it in between the hands. Virabhadasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, settle in. And really notice how the more you're going to press that back foot down, the more rotation you're going to find in the hips. If not today, someday. But at least you get the right direction. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Again, you want to see that big toe, right? Otherwise, it means the knee is falling inward and it's not what we're looking for. Relax the toes of the front foot. Relax the shoulders. Open up. On your next inhalation, both arms down to the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, downward facing dog. Choose your dance. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. Let's do one more breath in. Exhale everything out. On your next inhalation, lift the heels high. Bend the knees deeply. Jump forward in between the hands. Falling over the legs. Inhale, circle the arms right high. Exhale, back to Namaste. On your next inhalation, bend the knees, brush the floor, Utkatasana. Exhale, fall over the legs. Inhale, look up, flat back, long belly. Exhale, silently, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, open the heart in the chest. Curling the toes under, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Left heel comes down on the mat. Virabhadasana 1. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take this moment to settle in. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, open up. One inhalation to flip the palms towards the ceiling. Exhale, reverse warrior. So stick your belly in. Find a 90 degrees angle in that front knee. Make sure that even here you can see that big toe. And then lastly, the right palm is facing the wall behind you. So you find a nice rotation in your shoulder socket. Yeah. On your next inhalation, count to 4 to come back to warrior 2. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Lift that kneecap. Inhale, just like water. You're going to reach forward. Exhale, right hand outside the shin or maybe on a block. And if you have any weight on that right hand, take it off immediately. So you want to hand outside because you want to open the heart in the chest. And you're straightening that front leg completely, so you're not bending the knee. We're in Utthita Trikonasana, yes. On your next inhalation, come to stand. Must be my accent. On your next inhalation, come to stand on straight legs. Exhale, bend the front knee, warrior 2. Inhale, both arms down to the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, or downward facing dog. Breathe it in. And breathe it out. On your next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air. Bring it in between the hands. Right heel down on the mat. Warrior 1. So really take the warrior 1 as an opportunity to find your seat first. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, only now open up. One inhalation to flip the palms towards the ceiling. Exhale, reverse warrior. Tuck your belly in. Find that big toe. Relax the toes. And then finally rotate the left palm towards the wall behind you. Sit a little bit more deeply than you think you can, and notice how sweet it is to just surrender. On your next inhalation, count to 4 to come back to warrior 2. Exhale, you're going to straighten the front leg completely, lift the kneecap. Inhale, reach all the way forward with the front arm. Exhale, the hand is outside the shin because we want to open the heart and the chest. So even if you have a different practice, maybe just have a sense of curiosity to see what happens if you do things differently. I'm the first one to know, right? I'm like completely autistic in my actions. On your next inhalation, come to stand on straight legs. Exhale, bend the front knee, warrior 2. Inhale, bring both arms down to the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, or downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. Let's do one more breath in. Exhaling everything out. On your next inhalation, lift the heels high, bend the knees deeply, jump forward in between the hands, falling over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, brush the floor, Utkatasana, sit deeply, making sure you can see the big toes between the knees. Rise all the way up, maybe it's like arch. Last round. Inhale, bend the knees, brush the floor, Utkatasana. Exhale, diving down over the legs. Inhale, long belly, flat back. Exhale, jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, open heart and chest. Curling the toes under, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let's take one breath for the road. Exhale everything out. I'm already out of breath. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Left heel down on the mat, Virabhadasana. 1. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, you're going to settle in. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, open up. Now on your next inhalation, reach all the way forward with the front arm. Exhale, right hand inside right foot. Maybe use a block if the hand does not reach down flatly on the mat. And before you're going to bring it overhead, make sure that you're really going to press that back heel down. So your left inner shin is really in a straight line. It's really shooting back. And that really allows you to find this beautiful meridian line, starting in the back heel, shooting through the fingers. Now here we go. On your next inhalation, placing left hand on the left hip, right hand shuffles outside the right foot, and you're going to hop up to Ardha Chandrasana. If you would like to go further, you can bend your left knee, grab hold of your left foot with your left hand. So you're also going to get a nice heart opener here. Remember, further doesn't necessarily mean you're doing it better. Let go of the foot if you're holding it. Take one more inhale in Urdhva Dhanurasana. Exhale, left arm come down. Square hips first, don't panic. Then jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lekker jongens. If only this microphone was away, I would be flying around too. Alright, other side. On your next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Right heel come down on the mat, Virabhadasana. 1. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, use your heel to root you down. Inhale all the way forward. Exhale, left hand inside left foot. Press that back heel down until you see a rainbow coming out of your inner arch. And only then bring the arm overhead. So it's a beautiful, powerful line. Going through the shin, the thigh, the ribs. Rotate the chest a little bit more towards the wall you're facing. Look at your armpits, so you're not going to do your neck. On your next inhalation, right hand on the right hip. Left hand shuffles outside left foot. Hop up. Ardha Chandrasana. Light as a feather. If you had your knee bent on the other side, you want to do it again. Maintaining equanimity. Grab hold of the foot. And make sure that you're not collapsing while doing so. So the idea is to really open up. Gorgeousness. gently let go of the foot. Take one more inhale in Urdhva Dhanurasana, reach a little higher. Exhale, top arm down, square hips first, and then jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana, or just pretend like you did, that also works. Alright. Believe it or not, we have a couple of extra minutes, so let's do one more thing. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air. Bring it in between the hands, prop yourself on your fingertips. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, hop up to standing splits. Now, in standing splits, before you're going to do anything, we're coming to warrior three. But what I would like you to do is begin by squaring your hips. Bring that left hip down. Flex that foot. And now begin to bring your hands in prayer. And now begin to lift your heart higher than your hips. So warrior three is a heart opener. So I've been told by Google. Let's see if we can work this out. You can bring the arms in front if you're feeling stable, or shoot them to the back if you're really wobbly. One more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk all the way back to downward facing dog. Just one more side to go. On your next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Prop yourself on your fingertips. Hop up, light as a feather. So you really have to square the hips first. The toes of the right foot are facing down. And then very gently lift the left knee up and begin to bring the hands in prayer. Maybe you're totally wobbly. Who cares? Just keep on working with the breath. Now begin to lift the heart higher than your hips. Maybe bring the arms forward, maybe not. Relax the toes of your standing foot. I see beautiful things. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, bring it all the way down. All right. Let's exhale everything out. Only if you'd like, on your next inhalation, come forward to your plank. Exhale, closing Surya B with one last Chaturanga. Roll over the heart and the chest. Curling the toes under to Adha Mukha Svanasana. Taking a deep breath in and taking a deep breath out. Let's take a moment of rest in Virasana. So you want to bring your knees together, bring them down to the mat. You want to move the calves, the flesh of the calves away, and you're going to sit in between your feet. If this is not available for you, please do not torture yourself. Just grab a block and come sit on a block, or even grab 2 blocks. So whether you have a prop or not, you want to bring the knees together. As long as you don't feel any sharp pain, you're doing it right. If there is a sharp pain, just let go, just sit on your ankles. Otherwise, close the eyes, resting the hands on the thighs. And find your ujjayi. If you're sweating your head off, you did it right. Feeling the buzz.
Saraswati Namaha.
Only if you don't have a prop underneath your seat, maybe you'd like to come to Supta Virasana. So you're going to begin to lean back, maybe on your forearms, maybe you can come all the way down, maybe you want to place a block in between the shoulder blades. I have this memory of Zoe in Virasana, and Gusta is just like flattening her down. If you only knew the stories we could tell you. So wherever you are, just find your breath. If your normal Virasana is just a fantastic, beautiful, meditative seat. If you're reclining, well, congratulations, you have a bit of a flexible lower back. So Very gently, if you're reaching down, begin to rise up. Let's just come to the knees, remove the prop if you're using one, come to hands and knees, and really just take a moment to stretch your knees gently. If it feels intense, well, again, you did it right. Just take a moment. Let's make our way to downward facing dog again. Exhaling everything out. Taking a deep breath in. Exhaling. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air, bringing the right knee in between the hands, preparing for pigeon. We're going to straighten that left leg completely. Bring the right shin forward. Well, I'm sure you know your way around. Open the heart and the chest. Exhale, coming down. Forehead or forearms. For the last few breaths, make sure that you're going to relax your shoulders. Relax your mouth, your lips, your tongue. Finally, make sure that you're not leaning to one side or another. So your hips are perfectly square. Let's turn this hip opener into a heart opener. On your next inhalation, begin to rise up slowly. Prop yourself on your fingertips. See how far you'd like to go with this today. You can either stay where you are, or if you'd like, you can begin to walk your fingers further back so you sit even taller than you already were. So this is pretty intense compression in the back already. You can stay here, or you can begin to bend the left knee, grab hold of the ankle of the foot, or maybe stick your toes in the inner part of the elbow, and then bring the chest back to the center. So the hand is outside the right thigh, and you're looking forward, and you're smiling, so everybody can see how comfortable this is for you. You have to take all of this nonsense with a pinch of salt, right? Roll the shoulder backwards if you have the fingers down on the mat. Yeah. Relax the face, relax your expression. Gently let go of that foot, curling the toes of the left foot under. Stretch yourself in downward facing dog. If you would like to take a vinyasa, be my guest. Maybe you just want to have a little bit of a sense of a length. Let's do the other side. On your next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air. Bring the left knee in between the hands in a straight line. Straighten that right leg first. Bring the left shin forward. Prop yourself on your fingertips first. Inhale, open the heart in the chest. Exhale, coming down. Wherever you are, relax the shoulders, relax the mouth, the lips. Make sure you're not leaning into one side or another. So maybe wiggle the hips a little bit to make sure that you're exactly in the center. Saraswati. coming, right? Always easier. So just stay where you are, or maybe you want to walk the fingers a little bit further down. Remember, we always work on the same variation on both sides. So you got yourself into that trouble. You have to finish it off. Bending that right knee. Grab hold of the ankle, or maybe bring the toes in the inner part of the elbow. And again, you really want to bring the chest forward. So you're not rolling towards the right. You're not rolling towards the left. Soften your face, your gaze, soften your shoulders. If you're reaching down. Enjoy this bubble bath called Krishna Das. He always makes everything a little bit softer and sweeter. Gently let go of that foot, curling the toes of the right foot under. Shoot yourself to downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in. Taking a deep breath out. Maybe a vinyasa if you feel like you need it. Who knows what you need? Sometimes you don't even know it yourself. We're going to make our way to Paschimottanasana, so you can just lightly jump yourself to sit or bring yourself down softly. Stretching the legs away, walk the flesh of the buttocks away, and already begin to lengthen the lower back and the belly. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, come forward from the hips. We worked on opening them, right? Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, further down. Inhale one more time, open heart and chest. Exhale, melting down on your legs. Make sure you're going to flex the feet. Yeah, exactly. And don't bother to go to your maximum right away. We're going to stay for a little while.
Your beauty, too much to bear.
You're wondering how much longer.
Where could I
Go to
run?
the opposite side.
Your eyes, I found them
Last few breaths.
everywhere. All I want
Maybe coming to your
is to
max
sing
fast.
to you.
Maybe just relaxing the
Song
shoulders a little
that no one
Yes.
has heard.
bit. Relax the mouth, the lips.
All my life has led me to a heart as wide as the world.
Gently begin to rise up. I could feel like we could have stayed here forever, but then, right? But I was getting some subtle hints. All right, let's bring the arms up. Let's place them behind the back, placing the feet where the knees were. Take a deep breath, inhale. You're going to lift your hips up. You're going to have a look at your feet again to make sure that they haven't gone anywhere you don't want them to go. Inhale, lift a little higher. Make sure you can no longer see the knees, and then drop the head back. We're going to stay here for 10. All 10 toes are in contact with the mat. 8, spread your fingers wide. 6, you're loving it, and if not, tell yourself you do. 4, some of you have your hips falling inwards. Make sure it's not where you are. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, sit your butt down, cross your shins. Let's come to hands and knees. So we've been here in the beginning. Let's do this one more time because it's nice to release the lower back after a long forward bend. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air. Flex the foot. Exhale, you're gonna crunch. Inhale, lengthen, open up. Exhale, you're gonna crunch. One last time, inhale. Exhale, last crunch. Inhale, you're gonna lengthen, open up, shoot the left arm forward, grab hold of your ankle, and then open up towards the left, and immediately bring the left hip in. Have a look at the left hip, especially if you're in the front, and you have short black pants. Bring the left hip in, yeah. So you're protecting your knee this way, and you're kind of messing up your balance. It's a lot of fun. Take one more inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, bring it all down. Let's do the other side. Inhale, lifting the left. Exhale, you're gonna crunch. Inhale, open up. Exhaling, crunch. One more time. Bringing the knee towards the forehead. And here we go. So you're going to lengthen the right arm, you're going to grab hold of the right ankle, and then notice how easy it is to just lean to the right. Bring your hip back in. Make sure that the hip and the knee are in the same place, and then lift the left knee a little higher. Who said that yoga isn't fun? One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, we're going to bring it all the way down. Little wiggle in the wrists, little wiggle in the knees. Make your way to downward facing dog. You can always give the wrists a little shake if they're kind of screaming for attention. Let's exhale everything out. I almost forgot. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air. You're going to bring the foot in between the hands. Left knee come down to the mat. Crescent moon, right? It's the mother of all heart openers. I heard somebody sighing with excitement. If it's too much for your left knee, you can always fold your mat, right? So don't torture yourself. Make sure the back foot is in line with the rest of the body. Square the hips. Begin to bring the right knee over the ankle. Either stay here if this is already plenty. Otherwise, inhale, reaching up. Shooting your index fingers up, Kali Mudra. Exhale, upper arms behind your ears. Inhale a little higher. Exhale a little bit further back. Back in 2019, a teacher, really good looking teacher, will come and stand on your foot and kind of gently bring your arms. It was so delicious back when we had human contact and bacterias. Okay, bring the arms down to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. So although I'm always making a joke of it, it's actually really good to remember all these adjustments you've been getting, because you can apply the same force on yourself. Inhale, lift the left leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Right knee comes down. Double fold the mat if you need to. Square the hips first. Left hip over the right ankle, the only posture you can do it. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, shoot your fingers up. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, upper arms behind the ears. And again, imagine that weight on your back foot. And then imagine your upper arms just rolling towards your shoulders. Yeah. You all look like yoga models. Little things in life. Hashtag goals. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, both arms down to the mat. Downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Only if you'd like, on your next inhalation, come forward to a plank. Exhale, one last Chaturanga this morning. Inhale, open the heart, open the chest. Curl the toes under. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking a deep breath in And a deep breath out. On your next inhalation, come forward to a plank. Exhale, we're going to bring the knees, the chest and the chin. Zoe. Messing up the sequence. We're coming to Ashtanga Namaskar. It is as awkward as it sounds. Your knees are down, your chest, your shin, and you're really sticking your butt. If you can curl the toes under, please do. It gives you an extra oomph. The elbows are in. Maybe you can walk your feet a little bit closer towards your seat. And then very gently you're going to wheel yourself into the mat. Place the forehead down and prepare for Bhujangasana. So the fingers should be in line with your chest or your nipples. The forehead is down because we're just taking an opportunity to take a moment of rest. Now begin to press the top of the feet down so much until the knees will come off the mat. Yes. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to open the heart and the chest. Bhujangasana. Like it's the last time you're ever going to take one. Yeah. You want to spread your fingers wide. You want to bring the elbows in. The pubic bone is still down. So try and roll towards the back of that pubic bone and notice how this allows you to open more. One more inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it all the way down. Arms alongside the body, heels to opposite side. Give everything a little shake. And you know what's coming. And you're loving it, even if you don't know. On your next inhalation, bring the forehead to the mat. Coming to half Shalabhasana first. We're going to interlace the hands behind the back. We're going to press the top of the feet down so much until the knees will come off the mat. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to lift the heart and the chest only, so the feet are pressing down. And you're going to make your neck really, really long. So you're looking down or forward, not up. Maybe lift the arms higher than your butt or your thighs. Yes. Let's take one more inhale. Reach a little higher. Exhale, come to the left side of the face, arms alongside the body, heels to opposite side. Give your booty a little shake. Getting into the beats. Let's do the full thing. Notice how light it's going to feel. On your next inhalation, you're going to bring the forehead to the mat, arms alongside the body, feet are together this time if you haven't done so already. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to take off and you're going to lift everything off the mat. So nothing is going to touch the mat but your pubic bone. Bring the feet together. Don't allow them to separate. The neck is super long. You're looking down or forward. If you want to take this one step further, maybe bring the arms forward. See what happens. Yes. One more inhale. Reach up. Exhale. Arms back. Inhale, one last breath. Exhale, coming down. Give everything a little shake. And then on your next inhalation, we're going to come for the front for a Sphinx. Let's see what happens here. So, Sphinx maybe doesn't physically look very challenging, but a lot is happening if you find the right alignment. So you want to place your elbows underneath your shoulders, because that means that your chest is really high and open. The feet should be in hip width. Now, if this is already the pubic bone is down, if this is already plenty, just say stay here. If you want to take this further, you're going to bring the left forearm to have it parallel with the mat. Make sure you're not going to sink in. And then bend the right knee, grab hold of the foot, and you're going to turn the fingers of the right hand forward. And you're looking forward too, so you're not opening towards the right, keep on coming forward, and your right elbow should be shooting up to the sky. Yes. Very gently let go of that foot. We're going to change sides right away. So this is the right arm in front of you. Make sure you're not sinking into that right elbow. Bend the left knee. Roll the fingers back. And you're going to shoot that elbow up to the sky. Very gently let go of that hand, come back to Sphinx. Now, I think that most of you can do it, and if you can't do it, maybe it will just be interesting to see what happens. Let's try both sides together. So, you're going to bend both of your knees, you're going to grab hold of your hands, you're going to roll your, I'm just experimenting here with you, you're going to roll the fingers forward, enjoy that cramp you're going to get, and maybe you're going to rise up. I'm living my best life for you guys, don't disappoint me. Oh, yes. I see some funky stuff happening here. Okay. One more inhale, reach up. Exhale, coming down. Oh, maybe you want to make small pillows to the forehead. It's always nice as a yoga teacher to throw all the poses you hate the most on your students. There is a deep sense of satisfaction there. I don't know why. Suffer. What should we do? Let's turn over to our back. I'm getting some subtle hints that Shavasana should be coming soon. Don't bring the knees in yet, because we have a few more rounds. So you want to keep the lower back kind of... and you know what? We're going to go for democracy today. So listen carefully. Measure the distance between the feet and the seat. Brush the tip of the heels with your long fingers. Bring the big toes in and come to Setu Bandha Asana. So you're going to lift your hips up on an inhalation. You're going to interlace the hands behind the back. And you know what? You're going to have complete and utter freedom this morning. If you'd like, you can come to 2 full wheels. If you're already feeling wiped and it's too much and your lower back is screaming, simply take a block and place a block underneath your tailbone and find yourself in a supported heart opener. I see that you're all into self-inflicted pain this morning. Okay, we keep on going then. You're going to straighten the arms. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, bring the elbows in. Elbows in. Elbows in. Yeah, it's totally different. And then gently bring the chin in. We're going to do one more, right? Level 2 class. So again, you're not going to bring the knees in, just swing them from side to side. Alright, let's do this all together one more time, because no one has taken the opportunity to chill out. So preparing for Setu Bandha Asana, measure the distance between the feet and the seat, brushing the tip of the heels. Inhale, lift the hips high, interlace one hand, interlace both hands, and then roll one shoulder, then another. So you're taking the time to prepare for Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you're coming up to one last Urdhva Dhanurasana, place the hands next to the ears. Come to the crown of the head and immediately bring the elbows in. Don't allow the hands to open too widely, because it will help you to rise up. Give the head a little shake. Maybe you want to walk the hands a little bit closer towards the feet. Maybe you want to lift one leg, then another. Who knows? So many options, so little time. And then very gently bring the chin towards the chest. And we're going to come and lay down on the lower back. You can bring the knees in now if you'd like to do so. Small circles to the right. Maybe a few small circles to the left. Maybe you want to come to a happy baby. When you're done with that, we're going to shake the legs, throw them up in the air, just give them a little shake. And then Maybe you want to add the wrists and the fingers and the arms, especially if your wrists always feel a little toasted after your back bend sequence. Let's rub the right leg over the left, dropping the knees to the left side, opening the heart and the chest towards the right.
There are some places, dear Lord, I may not go, but there's one thing of which I'm sure. My God is real, for I can feel Him in my soul. Well, yes, God is real in my soul.
So here's a fantastic opportunity to practice yoga.
Yes, God is real.
What are you thinking
He
about?
has washed and made me whole.
My knees, my shoulders, my hips,
His love for me,
my bra, my armpits, my sweat,
well,
my
it
rumbling
shines
belly.
like pure gold. Yes, God is
How
real.
about replacing all this nonsense with thinking about one thing you're grateful for in your
Him
life?
in my soul.
Bring the knees back to the center, unwrap legs, change sides.
Hare Ram, 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 Sita Ram, 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 Hare Ram, 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 Sita Ram,
When you lose
Ram,
interest in problems,
Hare Ram,
Problems lose interest in you.
Sita Ram, Ram,
when you lose interest in judgment,
Hare
envy, jealousy,
Ram, Ram, Sita
you notice that these type of people, these type of thoughts, will begin to wither.
In the presence of the Lord, I have
It's all in the mind.
found a way to live.
You got
In
the
the
power.
presence of the Lord,
Let's bring the knees back to the
I
center.
have found a way to live. In the presence of
Unwrapping the legs, maybe giving them another shake. Sorry, Krishna Das, it's going to go on forever. We're going to finish the class with a shoulder stand, believe it or not. So if you want to come with us, we're going to wiggle the butt to the bottom of the mat. If you are just ready for a Shavasana, please lay down. And then we're going to whoop the legs overhead, coming to Halasana first. And you want to interlace the hands behind the back right away. Doesn't matter if the feet reach down or not. Just take a moment to find that space between your vertebrae. And after a few breaths there, you're going to place the hands on the lower part of your back. You're going to bring your elbows in until your elbows are in shoulder width. And then you're going to find all 10 fingers facing up towards the sky, including your thumbs. So you're not going to hitchhike for help from your neighbor. Everything is going up. And then you're going to lift one leg. And then you're going to lift another. Shoulder stand. after pointing and floating your feet, eventually you want to flex them, because that's going to remind you to engage your belly and your thighs. One last minute, staying up if you can. Staying here for last 10 inhalations. Last 10 exhalations, counting your own breath. Once you exhale your 10th out breath, come back to Halasana. Once again, interlace the hands behind the back. Like to come to Kanapidasana, separate the legs, bending both knees. Each knee goes around each ear. And maybe you're going to bring the arms around the thighs. I was once found in the attic of my house in Kanapidasana. My boyfriend almost called an ambulance. What are you doing? Little things in life. Gently let go of the thighs. You're going to separate the arms. Drop them down on the mat and begin to land back down into the earth, one vertebra at a time. And I think that you all already know it. We're going to finish with Matsyasana because we want to open the neck after closing it. So wiggle your butt back to the middle of the mat. You're going to bring the feet together and you're going to flex the feet like you're coming to a forward bend. You're going to take a deep breath, inhale, prop yourself on your fingertips and then drop the head down until the crown of the head reaches down. If the crown of the head does not reach down, it means that you need to bring the forearms further down towards the mat. If you forgot to flex your feet already, which is 89% of you in the room, flex those feet again because you want to have a sense of engagement in the thighs. So that really allows you. Press the elbows down even more. Notice how this allows you to open the heart and the chest even further. Then take a deep breath, inhale, lift the head, make sure that you can see the big toes, and then gently drop back down on the mat and prepare yourself for Shavasana. So, grab your socks, your accessories, whatever you may need. You want to spread the arms away from the body and flip the hands until the palms of the hands are facing up towards the sky. Maybe imagine somebody standing above you and super gently just pressing your shoulders down, allowing you to open the heart and the chest even more. Then let's take a deep breath, inhale, through the nose, filling up. Open your mouth and sink into the earth for Shavasana. yourself a good stretch. Flexing the feet, pointing the feet, and then flexing and pointing again. Whenever you're ready, begin to bend the knees, roll over to the right side. Take your time to come out of Shavasana. And then whenever you're ready, bring yourself to sit with the help of your left hand, finding a brick or a bolster, maybe coming to half a lotus or full lotus, so then you don't need a prop. And then once you found your seat, find the back of the sitting bones, rolling the shoulders backwards, closing the eyes. And really imagine yourself leaning against the wall, and see how this allows you to lengthen the spine. So very often we really have the tendency to keep on leaning forward. And actually what we're looking for is an upward line towards the sky. Begin to soften the hips and the groins and the knees. Soften the shoulders and the face and the mouth. The lips and the tongue in the mouth, that space between the eyebrows. Taking a moment to feel the fruits of your practice and dedication and hard work. Taking another moment to acknowledge your discipline, your stamina, your willingness to come back time and time again. Until, who knows, maybe one day this bubble of ego will finally crack. Let's bring the hands to the heart in Namaste. Closing the practice with 3 times Om. Exhaling everything out. Taking a deep breath, inhale, fill up a little bit more, fill up all the way to the crown. Ambalo Sadhguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Open the eyes, bowing down to yourself, to your Guru. Thank you so much for coming, everyone, and for troopering through. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay away from those olibolen Krampias that already showed up. I had a tough day yesterday trying to putting my the mouth mask. Just, I want to smell it. Anyways, signing off. See you soon. I didn't take any. I bought a bottle of wine instead.
Shri Guru Charan Saroja Raja Nijamano Kuru Sudhari Varano Raghuvara Vimala Jasu Jodayak Palachari Buddhihin Tanu Janike Sumiram Pavan Kumar Balabudi Vidya Dehu Mohi Harahu Kalesa Vikar Jaya Hanuman Gyana Guna Saga Jaya Kapishati Loka Ujara Ramaduta Tulita Baladama Anjani Bhuta Pavana Sutanama Mahavira Bikram Bajrangi Kumati Nivara Sumati Kesangi Kanchana Varana Viraja Subesa Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesa Hatha Bajura Urvaja Viraja Kande Muja Jane Usaja Shankara Suvarna